Hunk.
Welcome in, everyone, to our Joy of Gaming. We wanted to come in today and talk about why in the world we do not want to finish Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking the other day.
Yes.
And what were we talking about?
But there's so many things to do in this game where you don't know what to do, right? But then you see people that, and you hear your friends are talking about, oh, I did this, oh, I did that, oh, I found this, oh, I found that. And you haven't found any of that, or maybe you have.
So it's a little bit of FOMO. It's a little bit like FOMO, your fear of missing out.
Yeah, and also one of my goals was to try and get all of the armor.
Okay, so that's something you've been working on. Yeah, we could have finished this game already. We could have finished it months ago.
You couldn't have.
I could have. I could have. I already have almost close to 40 hearts. I could have finished this game by now.
And story-wise?
Yeah, I beat all... Anyway, don't pick on me. But I could have absolutely finished Tears of the Kingdom by now if I wanted to. I could have just gone, got the 5th sage, just continued on with the story and finished this game.
You don't even know where it is. But anyway.
I know where it is. I know I have to go to Kakariko Village and go up into the thing and do the thing. And then and then I got to do the thing.
Whatever.
So I could have finished this. You could have finished this a few weeks ago. We could have both finished it. But anyway, we wanted to continue on because there's so much to do. And all right, so talk about your armor quest. You've just been wanting to... You're like, I don't want to finish this game. I want to go after what? All of the armor.
Yes.
So talk about that.
Okay, so as I started, I got the archaic set. And that's a cool set.
Archaic set?
Yeah.
I don't even have that. Come on. I have lots of things that you don't have.
You find it on the Sky Island.
Okay, yeah, all right. All right.
Oh my god. Okay, so I have the archaic set, I have the archaic cold leg, whatever, and I feel like now as I go on, there's more armor that I have certain pieces of, and then I'll go seeking that out. Like, I'll go in every cave. If you look at my map and zoom in on one area, you'll see the cave logo with the check mark.
Yeah.
Because I've gone into every cave now. But now I've seen that if I look through my armor, which I do, and I don't even play the game anymore, I'll see, I only have one piece of this, and I'll go to the place that I found that, and then I'll look around there, and if it's not there, then I'll keep going. But also, I want to get all the armor so that I don't have to buy anymore with rupees and all that.
Have you bought any armor? I don't think I've bought any armor since I bought the Firebreaker armor at the beginning of the game, when I went to Death Mountain.
You have to buy some armor, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling my cousin, he's also playing the game now. He just beat Breath of the Wild.
And he just got Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. And so I was helping him get off the Sky Island and all that. And then he's like, I want to be like you. I want to be like you, get all the armor. But then but one of the things that he was saying in the last game, and he goes, oh, I had the cap to that, but I sold it. And I'm like, you never sell armor. Unless you have 2 of it, and you're sure that you have 2 of it. He goes, yeah, but what if you're sure that you'll get another one? Still, if you don't have 2 in your inventory, then don't sell it.
Don't sell it. Because I have 2 of the Hylian hoods.
Yeah.
And one of them,
keep one of them, though.
I have one of them that I've really leveled up. I went to the Great Fairy, and I've gotten, I think, fully maxed out now, like 4 stars, like fully maxed out defense level. On that, 33 defense, I think. But then I have another one that I've just left alone. I haven't bothered.
Maybe use that one to... No, don't sell it, because this is the only piece of armor that I say don't sell. If you have 2 Hylian hoods, it's because there's a quest line in Hatseno with CC and everything and the presidential stuff.
For the mayor's race thing? Yeah.
And then if you go talk to CC, then she'll put down your hood for you.
Oh, okay.
So choose which one of those you want to... Because you were saying that you have a leveled up one, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you've been on an armor quest. Like every day he comes to me like the next day, he's like, Daddy, I got this armor. I got the fierce deity this. Name a few of the armors that you got.
My favorite is probably the attack up armor, like the fierce deity, the phantom armor. But now, since I got this is probably my favorite armor in the whole game. Like, I'll just walk around with it anywhere.
What is it?
And this is one that will scare people as you walk by.
Which one? The fierce. Oh, I know what you can say it.
Yeah, it's the evil spirit armor.
Evil spirit armor. Okay.
And you get those at the labyrinths, every labyrinth you do, and it's so cool because first there's just the red eyes and then the little horns.
Yeah.
But then my favorite part is that it has this Superman looking cape, and so when you're jumping off the Sky Islands.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
So that's why there's so many, it's got like a Fortnite element to it, right? Because you keep wanting to find different things, leveling up, but just going on all these different quests and just keep playing and playing. It has a sort of an Animal Crossing Fortnite quality to it where you just want to keep playing. So for me, I took you to a camp. I dropped you and your sister off at a camp for a few weeks, and I stayed. I
wasn't allowed to play.
You weren't allowed to play because you were in the woods, and I just sat and every night, and I just loved. Every night I was in the depths, and I just made it my mission to just find every light route I could, and it was peaceful. And I was in the depths, and the music was like haunting.
Yeah.
And I was just going around trying to discover every light route I could. I would hop on my little hovercraft that I made with my little 2 fans and my control, and I just would zip all around. It was like and I got so good at using it. But the problem is, if you look here on the screen, the way that I built my hovercraft is slightly askew, like where the control is.
You have to get it perfect.
You have to get it perfect, but mine's not, and it's never been perfect. So it always, when I take off, I always lean to the right.
Yeah.
So I've gotten really good at figuring out how to make sure that when I take off, like I just hold the left joystick
just a little bit to the left.
To the left, but I love zipping around. So that's been one of my things where I wanted to get every light route. So I'm very close to having every light route, and also. This time, unlike Breath of the Wild, I just wanted to go and get every shrine.
Yeah.
So there's 152 shrines?
153.
153. So I've got, as of today, I've got 126 or 125 shrines done.
Yes, but there's the story about the light routes with me. I have my whole depths map complete, except for one light route.
And you can't find it?
And I can't find it. You'll look through the map, and you'll see nothing. It's complete. But then you'll look through. I even resorted to counting every light route.
Oh my
and
gosh!
So I found, but it turns out then I had 3 left.
How many are there?
There's 120.
There's 120 light routes, 153 shrines.
Yes, but I still haven't found that. And if you guys have any tips for me in the comments, I would love to know. But I just can't find this thing. I look around every day. Yeah. But
there's one on my map where I can see it. I just have no idea how to get to it. It's a very tiny little light route, and I can't figure out how to get to it. There's no chasm above. There's no way to get from above down.
But I showed you the one.
Yeah, you helped me with one of them. But no, this is I'll show you a little bit later. But this, you guys are seeing it here on the screen. But I cannot figure out how to get to this one, and I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to go and try to find out how to do it. The only time...
Don't go on the internet to find out.
No, I think the only time I use a guide is like if I've spent hours in a particular cave or something like that, and I've just exhausted, or like in a shrine, I've spent a long time.
There's one time that I just didn't know how to beat this Gleeok. I tried 100 times, and so at that point I was just, all right, I'm my last resort. Don't use the internet unless you absolutely have to. That's my philosophy, but...
Look, when I was growing up, I had guides, right? I would get Nintendo Power, I would get different guidebooks occasionally.
But now we have Austin John Plays. That guy's amazing.
So then you just go to the internet and you can find it in 2 seconds. And there's a couple of really good iPad apps, and as well, there's a good Tears of the Kingdom.
Really?
There's a Tears of the Kingdom app for the iPad that I actually have. It's really good, and I'll link it up in the description below. But it's really helpful to get a sense of where on the map there might be a shrine. If you think that there might be one here.
But also you can look at the light routes underneath. Now, because I have my whole thing complete, I'll just look up and find it.
Let's talk about some of the other side quests that we're doing, because again, I have a whole list of side quests that I still haven't completed. And sometimes when I'm like, okay, I don't want to go further in the main quest because I don't want to finish this game. I just want to keep enjoying this environment. I just want to enjoy this world. And I'm playing other games at the same time, like I'm playing Trinity Trigger and playing Resident Evil and those types of things. But I still come back to Tears of the Kingdom. So there's side quests that I'll jump into and say, okay, I'm going to go and tackle this right now.
Right.
The like the Gazette, the whole side quest
I did
of the
all
Gazette.
of that. That one's awesome. I love that.
Where you fly around, or you have to go around. Can you explain it a little bit?
But I only did that to get the froggy armor. Because I had found the Lucky Clover Gazette, and they said, oh yeah, if you do all of our things, then all of our potential princess sightings, then we'll give you this froggy armor. And so I'm like, well, I have to get all the armor, so I have to do this.
So you completed that one?
Yeah, so I did that one, no internet, went all the way through. And then I got stuck on the last one a little, but I shimmied my way through it.
Yeah, there's so many fun side quests, and the side quests are really tied to the main story in a lot of great ways. And I've been having fun lately trying to find the sky dragons, the light dragons, because those are part of a certain side quest, and having to fly up and try to track them down is difficult. And so I'll fly around to different sky towers and try to find them.
Yeah.
And I see them flying in the sky, and then I'll jump up and swoop down on them and shoot, try to get one of their scale.
One time I saw one of my friends drawing out a map of all of the routes that the dragons take.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and he like drew it around Death Mountain where Farosh goes, and he also goes to the
That's
depths.
what I love. I love that your friends are drawing maps of Zelda, because like when I would go to school as a kid,
maps of Zelda.
I would draw maps of Zelda 1. I would draw maps of Kid Icarus. I would draw maps of Metroid. And I would go to school, and when I should have been paying attention in school, I had graph paper. I loved graph paper, and I would like block out, and I from memory, I would try to build the map in my head so that I could work on it a little bit later. That's super cool that your friends are doing that.
There's another thing about this game. It's not actually in the game, but it's the collaboration with friends and family and all that you can talk to another family member. And it's, if they've done something, it's not cheating because you're not using the internet, but you talk to them. And at this camp that you dropped me off at, I made a really good friend. He's a counselor, actually.
Yeah.
And every night,
he got to play it, but you couldn't because you weren't allowed to bring electronics.
I wasn't allowed to do anything like that. But he would, every night, he would go into his cabin where all the counselors slept and start playing Tears of the Kingdom. And he's a little behind. He doesn't know that you can get the Master Swords.
He didn't know that. You had to tell him. Yeah, you
you
can get the Master Sword. What? And you had to tell a counselor that you can get the Master Sword.
He played Breath of the Wild, and he loved it, he said. And now he's still working on it. But if you're watching this, you know who you are. But yeah, it was just so cool to talk to someone about the game that we were both playing and collaborate on it.
So a couple of the other side quests. Right now I'm going to work on, next one I'm going to do is the Master Yiga, or Master Koga of the Yiga clan, and go on that quest. Like, I've gotten a lot of it done. I beat him multiple times, but now I want to go for the final battle there. I want to check that one off. There's a couple just other fun side quests, just like little things, like going and finding a meal for someone that they needed, going and laying a thing on the Shrine of Wisdom, or that kind of thing.
One of the things that I loved about Master Koga, though, it was that he's super funny, but then in Breath of the Wild, when you beat him, everybody did that in Breath of the Wild. It was part of the story.
Yeah.
So, you beat him, and then you didn't do this, he did this. The thing started rolling towards him and he fell.
Yeah.
And it's cool how they played that off. Now he's in the depths.
So now he's living in the depths, and it's just been so fun getting and completing these maps. I haven't really done as much in the Sky Islands, I think, maybe as I should have. I know there are some shrines that I need to go and discover. Yeah. If I got all of these shrines that I could see, I think now I'm like on this quest to find all of the shrines that are remaining that I know are in caves. Yes. And that's the really hard part.
No, I hate cave shrines.
I know, and they're so hard. But I know I've gotten all the ones that I could see just by flying around. I know that the rest of them are going to be buried in caves, and I'm going to have to dig them out. But it's a lot of fun to go through. And those are some of the more difficult ones.
I hate those.
But anyway, despite hating them, despite playing and having to level up, and I want to get your armor stronger, we've just been having so much fun playing this game. And we both said to each other a week ago, we're like, I don't want to finish the game. And he's like, yeah, I think you said it first. You're like, I don't want to finish. And I'm like, I don't either. And I just want to keep playing it. So anyway, we just wanted to come in and talk about our experience playing Tears of the Kingdom and why we don't want to finish this game.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, guys. Are you excited for the DLC? Are you guys completed with Tears of the Kingdom? Do you want to keep playing
I hope they don't make us go back through the temples, though. Anyone who's played the DLC in Breath of the Wild knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Master Trial or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't play it, right? Did you?
I did some of it. I did
Yeah.
some of the DLC, but at
Yeah.
that point, it took me forever to beat Breath of the Wild. I beat it in this calendar year. So I beat Breath of the Wild in 2023.
Yeah.
And played in Tears of the Kingdom. No, I didn't need any more DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you guys for subscribing. Keep playing Tears of the Kingdom, and we'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.